Welcome. Thanks for being with us for the Path of Effortless Change. Over the next 8 sessions, you're going to hear me use 3 words, probably more than any other words in the program. And the words are meditation, transformation, and change. And I just wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about each word so that you have a sense of how they're similar, but also how they're different. So when I talk about meditation, I'm not actually talking about the process of meditating. So I'm not talking about the practice of meditation. I'm not talking about this meditation versus that meditation. What I'm pointing to is a natural state of quiet and of stillness and of spaciousness that we all drop into from time to time throughout the day and throughout our lives. And when you start to see just how natural meditation is, you start to find yourself in that space more of the time. And the reason that that's so important for the purposes of our work together is that that space of meditation is the gateway to change. And it's the gateway to transformation. So what's the difference between change and transformation? Obviously, you can use the words in different ways. But when I'm talking about change, I'm talking about a natural process. I'm talking about something that is always happening. Part of, in fact, the job of our brain is to reduce the amount of change that we notice so that we can have a more stable experience of our day-to-day life. But change is the one constant. So when I talk about transformation, I'm talking about something a little bit more than just change. I'm talking about that experience that you've probably had at least a couple of times in your life where everything was different after than before. Where at some level you could say, well, nothing changed, but everything was different. Now, both of those things are happening all the time. Change is constantly happening. Transformation is constantly available. And that's what I'm going to be talking about with you throughout the program. And I'm going to be pointing you back to the space of meditation again and again, because that's the space where miracles happen. That's the space where you begin to notice change. And that's the space where transformation can come effortlessly. Now, one of the things that comes with that is you might find yourself getting impatient. Especially when you'll see some of the people in the studio audience had transformations right in front of our eyes, and you might watch them and go, well, where's mine? It doesn't work that way, but it also kind of does, and here's what I mean. So my wife, I work from a home office, and I'll have clients to the house, and when I come up for a cup of tea, she'll often say, have they popped yet? And the reason she says that is because one of my metaphors for this work is it's like popcorn. That the reason that popcorn pops when you put it on the heat is because that's the nature of popcorn. In other words, the whatever you call the little popped bit, that's already there inside the kernel. Well, your potential, your full potential, whatever it is that is already inside you waiting to come out, that's what will start to come out when you pop. And you can't know what it is. If it's a monarch butterfly, it'll be a monarch butterfly. If it's a sunflower, it'll be a sunflower. But whatever it is, it will be the most authentic and full expression of you. And you'll know it when it comes. Now, one of the phrases that you'll hear throughout the program is you're only ever one thought away. And sometimes I say you're one thought away from a completely new experience of being alive, or you're one thought away from the space of meditation, or you're one thought away from an insight, from a fresh new experience. You're one thought away from the solution to your problem. You're one thought away from the answer to your question. And it isn't a specific thought. Sometimes people hear that and go, well, what's the thought? Tell me the thought, and then I'll know the thought, and then I'll be done. It's a new thought. It's something that you've literally never thought before. So it's not something you can find on the menu. It's something that gets created in real time from whatever it is that is the deeper part of the mind, the deeper part of us, the deeper intelligence behind our normal habitual thinking. The other way you'll hear me use the phrase is I'll talk about being one thought away from home, one thought away from quiet, one thought away from the space of insight. And that's about what's already present underneath your thinking. It's what Sid Banks, who you'll hear about throughout the program, used to call a state of no thought. And literally, when whatever it is that you're thinking passes, when you get out of the way of it, you find yourself already in the space of meditation, already in the space of quiet, already in the space of stillness. And you'll know it because you'll feel quiet, and you'll feel spacious, and you'll feel still. And I want you to pay attention to that throughout the program. Anytime you find yourself in a nice feeling, anytime you find yourself in a quiet feeling, anytime you find yourself in expansive feelings, let yourself rest in them. Let yourself bathe in them. Let yourself go deeper into them, because they'll take you to another level. They'll take you into the transformative experience. In a way, those feelings are like the feeling that I would imagine that a caterpillar would feel inside the cocoon as it's becoming a butterfly.